Hello, welcome back to another Little Explorers. I'm Joanna from the Stratford Early On programs.
And I'm Lisa from the West Perth and Perth East Early On programs.
And I'm Donna from the West Perth East Early On.
And we're excited about today's because it's all about the farm. And we know so many of our friends love farm animals. Maybe you even live on a farm or have been to visit a farm. So let's start with our story. And today's is a little bit of a mixed up story. It's called The Cow Said Neigh by Rory Feek. The cow said neigh? I wonder what's going to happen in our story. All right. There once was a cow in a barn who could see, a horse in a field who ran wild and free. Oh, if I were a horse, I could run free all day. And the cow opened his mouth and let out a big neigh. Uh-oh, neigh. The horse heard the cow and he looked in the pond at the duck with the bill who swam all day long. Oh, if I were a duck, bet they'd stay off my back. And the horse reared back and out came a quack. A horse that quacked. The duck heard the horse and he saw the sheep with a big winter coat 2 inches deep. Oh, if I were a sheep, that would be good. And the duck said, bah, as loud as he could. A duck that says, bah. The sheep heard the duck and he looked at the pig, using his nose in the deep mud to dig. Oh, if I were a pig, I could dig with my snout. And the sheep opened his mouth and an oink came out. Oh, this is a crazy farm. The pig heard the sheep and he looked in the yard at the dog on the porch who proudly stood guard. Oh, if I were a dog, I bet I could be tough. And the pig wiggled his tail and let out a ruff. A pig that says ruff. The dog heard the pig and he looked in the house at the cat on the rug that was chasing a mouse. Oh, if I were a cat, I'd be inside right now. And the dog opened his mouth and let out a meow. Uh-oh. The cat heard the dog and he left the mouse there and looked at the farmer asleep in his chair. Oh, if I were a man, oh, the places I'd go. And then the cat purred and let out a, I wonder what that says. Hello? A cat that says hello? Oh my goodness, I think the farmer was surprised too. The farmer opened his eyes when he heard the cat and he thought to himself, did I really hear that? Do you think he heard that? Then he walked to the barn and he opened the door and he heard some more things he'd not heard before. I wonder what he heard. The cow said, "Hey!" And the horse said, "Quack." The duck said, "Bah." And the sheep oinked back. The pig said, "Ruff." And the dog said, "Meow." As the cat and the farmer stood by the cow. Then the farmer smiled. What else could he do but opened his mouth and let out a big moo. Well, that is the silliest farm story I've ever heard.
It sure was, Joanna. And as much as that book was silly, I think I might have a song That could be a silly too. And I bet some of my friends know the song Down by the Bay, but we're going to change it today. And we're going to say Down on the Farm. So we're going to start with down on the farm where the animals roam, back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, the farmer would say, have you ever seen a cow saying meow down on the farm? Oh my goodness, just like Joanna's story. Let's see what else might happen. Down on the farm where the animals roam, back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, the farmer would say, have you ever seen a goat wearing a coat? Down on the farm, down on the farm where the animals roam, back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, the farmer would say, have you ever seen a pig wearing a wig? Down on the farm, where the animals roam, back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, the farmer would say, have you ever seen a duck playing in the muck? Down on the farm, where the animals roam, back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, the farmer would say, have you ever seen a sheep driving my Jeep? Down on the farm. Oh my goodness, that is a silly song. And I bet you might be able to think of some other silly verses about other farm animals that might be able to be sung along with it.
That was very silly. Both of you, Donna and Joanna, had silly, silly songs and stories today. So it's pretty fun because we know that when our little ones have a chance to read stories and sing songs with us, and they get to correct our silliness, it makes it pretty exciting for them. It's that time that they get to be really involved in our storytelling and have that sense of pride because they know what goes on in the world and they're able to correct us as the adults. So these are really great examples of ways you can give your children that opportunity. And when we know that our kids love farm animals, we can also make it really exciting for them. So maybe sometimes instead of bringing out that traditional barn, why not take your farm animals outside or add some blocks or even cardboard boxes? I bet farm animals are pretty fun in the bathtub too. So it'll be neat to get creative and see what other ways you can play with your farm animals. So thank you, friends, for joining us, and we'll see you on Thursday.